Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. And about a year ago at the start of 2021, Scump and Crimsix seemed to squash their beef going into the Cold War season. Fast forward 1 year's time, Crimsix and FormaL from the Dynasty era once again, also after all the drama last year, maybe bringing things to a close. Very much intrigued to get your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, hitting that like button is the best thing you can do. Top the channel reach new people. Please do subscribe as well if you have not yet already. First of all, this from the subliners. Thoughts right now, especially because we haven't really seen much Search and Destroy being played. Are snipers actually going to be used in competitive play? Now, well, the subliner says, please don't GA snipers this year. Crimsix having a good time with it. But well, as Crim says, delete you idiots. We have Clayster on our team, always kind of the thing that Clayster, maybe he likes putting out the sniper, but most people say he isn't actually particularly good with it, even though back in the day, he had some great moments. But, you know, always a funny one really between the two of these guys. But, you know, speaking of Crimsix, of course, yesterday we discussed that he effectively leaked that he reckons Search and Destroy could well be played 3 out of 5 maps. DeSoto Mike's always had this thing where he wants Search and Destroy to be played every single map of the series. But, I mean, still, not really sure what's going to be going on here, whether Crimsix is just trolling. We'll have a look at that here in just a second, whether they'll actually fix control going into the season, as we hope they shall do. But, still, by no means guaranteed. And as Slasher says here in the replies, if only there was 5 playable Search and Destroys. So even if it was a thing that we just play Search and Destroy, well, full stop, no hardpoint at all, which I don't think personally is a good idea, but, you know, that's a topic for another day. But, still, even if they wanted to, there might not even be 5 playable Search and Destroy maps that we could use, right? And, well, Crimsix does continue actually with a reply here. Get trolled, you guys. So, you know, I mean, obviously Crimsix and DeSoto don't have the greatest relationship over the years. But, I mean, still, maybe Crimsix is just trolling on this front. The clip we looked at yesterday seemed like he was probably being legitimate, but still, things could very much all change, hopefully, in the next, well, week or so, if, well, some update actually does come through to fix control, so the pros actually have time to, well, practice on it, right, before the season starts. That's the issue, really, is that, okay, let's say they fix it and they actually make control work 2 days before the event kicks off. It's like, okay, well, I guess the event is meaningless, but the pros are going to be playing on something they've had no time to practice on really at all in a playable state. So we'll keep our eyes on it, I'm sure, over the coming days and weeks as well. This also just wanted to mention Search and Destroy real quick. Firstly, just another one of these clips that comes out is like, what is going on here? He's trying to use the auto, but for whatever reason, the red dot is just not in the middle of the reticle. Not sure how this even happens, but it's up to the north for whatever reason of the kind of viewfinder or whatever you're meant to call this thing. So, you know, I'll see what is wrong with my dots. I'm confused. I guess this just another classic Vanguard moment, really. Now, this is also from Tupac, of course, the Search and Destroy analyst for Atlanta FaZe. And, well, he reckons that Vanguard Search and Destroy is horrendous, because we haven't really seen all that much of it played, at least between the pro teams on that level. We, of course, saw some tournaments early part of the season, but are not really with the full pro teams against other full pro teams, how they're using it, how strats are being run, all this type of stuff. You watch the VODs at Arcitys, oh, I watched it. We're going to try and perfect the art of random number generator and windows. It's all about the mental game, and the sniper, says Arcitys in the reply. So I'm basically saying, like, look, Search and Destroy is basically just random. You just do stuff and hope it works. But he does mention the sniper here as well. So maybe the sniper is going to get used this year. Simp and the guys are going to have a good time pulling that one out. And hopefully, at least, look, if Search and Destroy isn't great, if Vanguard isn't great to watch, at least we might get some good sniper battles and moments this year that we didn't have in Cold War, which we kind of missed, frankly, from back in the good old Black Ops 4 days when it was, you know, Dashy versus Simp going at it on main stage with the sniper rifles in hand. And so maybe we'll get a similar thing this time around, but Search and Destroy in general doesn't seem to be too well received by a lot of the players right now that are playing it, and maybe you can understand why. But anyway, we know that FormaL decided to retire after last season. He's going back and playing Halo on a competitive level, and he's been making some crazy plays, frankly, in Halo. I mean, this is a pretty disgusting set of highlights, frankly, between FormaL himself, but also he was playing it on stream, maybe just live right now as I'm recording this, but certainly by the time you guys are watching this earlier today, playing some Halo on stream with none other than Crimsix. We know these guys, of course, well, got on pretty well during the Dynasty era, but well, during the Black Ops 3 Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare days, but after that, things definitely fell apart between, well, the relationship between Scump and Crimsix, and also, well, FormaL and Crimsix as well, has been a big point of drama the last couple of years. It seems like they may, well, have at least trying to heal things to some degree. Crimsix has certainly been having a better time playing Halo as of late than he has playing Call of Duty. This also just wanted to mention real quick on the FormaL front, though, because there has been some talk, where is FormaL going to go? He's not going to stay on Sentinels forever when Royal 2 comes back after his suspension ends, and I imagine he's been fielding offers from elsewhere. Now, FormaL was on Space Station Gaming, and they actually did quite well with a Tusk on the team when they brought Tusk in for FormaL after FormaL left to Sentinels when the drama went down with Royal 2 getting suspended for a month or so. Now, Tusk has now been confirmed to go to G2, leaving a spot open once again on that roster, so maybe FormaL is actually stepping back into SSG. Probably he didn't get a better offer from like a Cloud9 and OpTic, a FaZe clan, something like this. They're not looking to make changes, so probably probably not any better opportunities than going back to the team that FormaL was on. But of course, well, still, Crimsix and FormaL were playing some action last night. And I'll share a couple of good moments I was watching the stream in when, you know, it's just nice to see these guys back on stream again, playing, well, playing Halo together on stream, at least playing something together on stream. Such a great duo back in the day that, of course, had a pretty big falling out the last few years. But, you know, maybe things that are finally starting to get squashed and new beginnings, new horizons here into 2022.
Nice.
Sandbag's weak.
I'm behind them.
Good.
Where's this guy snipe? Nice, good out.
And he's going top A platinum.
Overshield in.
Destroying.
Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped. Enemy
Tires. Oh man, what the f? Help me, homie.
We just have him on rocket.
ball dropped.
Nice. Oh,
We have the ball. Ball
The pink street.
that's all. That's guy. That's guy.
Yeah, he's back on me.
Shoot with me. I'll shoot with you. Easters.
Dead. One more top, B back.
Bottom C. Bottom C.
Yeah.
Bottom C really weak. Going driveway. We'll drive after all.
Okay.
One shot. Ooh, ooh.
Oh! Wait, I think I found the dead zones. After one, like, almost out.
The beast, I don't know. On the bottom ATM weak. One's fires, half health. Two flowers, pushing the ball guy.
The world is healing, as Crone says right here. But if you guys aren't familiar with some of the beef and the drama between these two guys the last couple of years, there was this I found actually from 2020. It was a pretty funny clip when FormaL takes down Crimsix and well, has a few words to say for him most certainly. But more recent times, right, in this past season in Cold War, there was a lot of discussion really between the two of them. This was the big one really from back in June, and things started to kick off as a result of this. The MVP split after they won champs in 2017. I believe the team had an agreement going into the event that whoever won MVP, they would just split that money. Like, I'm pretty sure it was like 25 grand or something that the MVP won. They would just split that between all the four guys. Like, you know, just saying, okay, if we win the event, then, you know, we're all MVPs, this type of stuff. FormaL won the MVP, but he decided to keep the money, and Crimsix wasn't particularly happy about it. Now, you know, of course, he went on to say that it's not the money that matters, it's more of the principle, right? And, well, I mean, this is what came out at a similar time, really. There was some banter between the two of them, and there was a pretty long thread, of course, that we looked at back in June between the two of these guys, Crimsix and FormaL going at it, and we were kind of, well, very much waiting for when these two teams would match up with each other, right, in a LAN environment, when it was going to be Dallas versus OpTic, as it was at the time. And, of course, that did happen, and there was some drama that went down. I think Crimsix, after he took them down, was relatively reserved in what he could have been a world chanting across the main stages, maybe has happened before. But still, this was the drama that was going down in June. Things really did kick off when they actually played each other at the event. But now, just about 6 months later, seems like finally they might be getting back on decent terms, which is cool to see, because teammates from the most legendary team of all time in the OpTic dynasty of Karma, Scump, Crimsix and FormaL that won so many championships and the World Championship back in 2017. It's nice to see those two guys, you know, kind of get on, I suppose, from the dynasty days once again, as it seems like Crimsix and Scump, their kind of beef has at least calmed down to some degree over the last couple of years. Of course, like, I'm sure if Crimsix and FormaL were still competing in Call of Duty, there'd still be some entertaining matchups on the main stage and some words being said. But now that FormaL's out of there, I guess maybe it becomes slightly easier for Crimsix to have some words in a decent way. This also just wanted to mention real quick, because Maniak, I'm sure you guys know this legendary European Call of Duty player, just an old COD player trying to get good at Halo, playing the kind of the EU Open series in the HCS. There was some drama around this really because they decided to make it double elimination, which counted a load of organizations or a load of teams out from actually going in and playing this qualifier. So bit of an interesting one. But anyway, Mack goes down to lower bracket round 6 versus Eubanks and co. And of course, Clayster's surname is Eubanks, who was like, you know, versus who. I'm not playing this one, but you know, definitely a lot of these guys are interested in it regardless. Mentioning this on Envoy real quick as well, rare Envoy POV starting 8 here soon. So you know, good to see, right? Because 8 has been such a big question really of the last year or so. Like, are the pros even playing it? As the season progresses, are pros actually going to play 8s a little bit as well? But it's still, some pros, some amateur players definitely still down to play 8s. Of course, you would imagine that would be the case. We're only 2 months into the title. And 8's, just to explain the concept for you guys if you're unfamiliar, effectively the idea is that 8 players, whether it's pros, amateurs, will get in a lobby. 2 captains will be chosen. The captains will then go through and pick their teams in kind of a traditional draft draft type format. And then back in the day, they'd put some money on the line. Nowadays, I'm not really sure they're allowed to do that. But they just play a series just for practice effectively with a pickup team. And generally, it's considered not as good practice as team scrims, but still better to be playing the game than not playing it at all. But some players don't like doing it. This is also a nice little Lion Man card concept going into the upcoming season. Kind of like the way this is developing, to be honest. Hopefully, we get some new headshots this year as well for some of the players, so I can switch up some of the images on the thumbnails. But I wonder whether that'll happen at any point. It did happen, I'm pretty sure, last year at some time or another. And well, just this classic clip really from Mohawk. Just well, taking down Porlex and the guys. That well, the reaction to this was pretty entertaining indeed. But very much intrigued to your thoughts and all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hit the like button. Tells the YouTube gods this is a good video. I just like you should see it as well. And I've grown the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you as always. Take care. And I will see you next time.
Oh, no, you gotta be back at 100.
Yeah, he could be inside, he could be inside. I'm hopping this
Yeah,
bitch, bro. Hey, he got me. He's no, but bottom P2, bottom P2. 15 seconds, guys, when you guys have to go towards it.
I'm
On the tank.
Got me one shot, bro. No way. No way, bro. No way, bro.
Oh, wow.
God, bro.
Oh,
We
wow.
should literally be up 3-1, no bully.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Those are the easy ones with the auto look.
Search and destroy.
Oh, wow.
This is just crazy now.